Hey everyone, it's Dana here with Love Sola Flowers for our tutorial for the night. We are still having a sale, so go check that out. We're going to start in just a few minutes. We're going to wait for some people to pop on. If you're not getting notifications from our actual business page that we're going live, make sure you set those because you sometimes have to go into settings first and then put all the information, like you choose to see every post or whatever post, and make sure your settings are right, because we do hear a lot of times that the notifications are not really working. We do notify you in our Facebook group. That is facebook.com/groups/lovesolaflowers. So if you don't get notifications and you've tried everything from this business page, then just join our group and you'll be notified there. Now, if you're not getting notifications from the group, make sure you also set your settings on there as well. Our videos are live on our business page, but then afterwards we do put them on our YouTube channel, and that is youtube.com/lovesolaflowers. So you can watch all of our videos on repeat as many times as you need to, but they're not live over there. If you're watching this on replay, you can still ask a question here and we will reply with an answer. So you can ask as many questions even if you're watching replay, and we will make sure to answer those. But this is when we are live. So if you're joining us now, as we build what we're going to build tonight, which is going to be something for Easter. If you have any questions, please let us know. I don't see any comments yet, so it might just be people aren't saying hi yet, but I do see some people on. But hopefully I see all the comments when they come in. Our website is having a sale. It's lovesolaflowers.com, and it's up to 70% off. And with the new website layout, you can actually see what each item is % off right there on the front page of it. So I know that's helpful for a lot of you. But we do have a lot of things that are 70% off and 60% off. So go check that out. Get your stuff. Hey, Carla. How are you? Last night I was supposed to do the tutorial and I wrote Sultana. I was like, it is storming here. So here in New Jersey, I'm in New Jersey. Sultana in the warehouse and all the office stuff is in California. That's where your items are shipped from. But here in New Jersey last night, it was rainy and cold, but the wind was crazy. And I now am doing these videos in my office, and I was like too scared to come to the office at night. It was so windy and dark and rainy. So we had to move it to today. So hopefully today is an okay day for you all to catch in and catch up here. So again, I'm making something Easter. And again, you can catch us on the replay. We'll always have the video available. But the first thing I want to show you, and it's something that I had bought first, and I covered it with flowers. Now, I bought one, but you can make one, and I'm going to show it to you now because I've already done this work because this takes a long time, and I didn't want the tutorial being like 10 years long. But I made a bunny covered with flowers with a little rose in her hair, and a little rose collar, and I glued a little carrot in, and it's got like a sticky thing that you're supposed to put in the ground, I think. So here's the thing about this cutout. I bought this cutout at the At Home store. Now, I don't know, if At Home store is everywhere, but it was only $3 for a cutout. See, it's a cutout like this. And I bought it for, this is the back. So this is what it kind of looked like from the front. But it was only $3. And I'm like, okay, that's a score. But what I did, when you're covering it just like a heartboard, you want to stick really super close to your edges. Otherwise, you won't have a really perfect shape there. So you really want to stick nice and close to the edges. And you don't want to have any gaps. Now, I used mini New Beauties and mini Roma roses. So I did Roma roses in 1 inch, and the New Beauties, mini New Beauties in 1 inch as well. Actually, they may be 1.5 inch. I'm not sure which one it was, but it's our mini sizes, and I did both because I wanted to look a little textured. So where I thought he would be extra fluffy, I did the Roma roses because that looked a little fluffy, but then I wanted it to be like, where his leg would be, the little haunchy type part. I did that in the New Beauties just to give it a little bit of some texture. But if you do not find one that's already a cutout, especially if it's not the size. What I would suggest to do is you just go on the computer and you can actually type in like, you know, bunny silhouette, and put it on top of a piece of cardboard, trace it, and cut out the cardboard. And you can put it on a bamboo stick or whatever. So cover it with flowers. You know, the back maybe just spray paint white to hide it or whatever. But you can do this with cardboard. And you can use, they have stencils online like crazy where you can just print them out and cut them out and then put them there. So if you don't find an actual cutout, you know, go ahead and make your own. It's not too hard. And again, I just filled this in basically like a heartboard with little mini flowers. And I wanted the little pink just to make her cute and bring some color into that. So that's one of the things we're going to use tonight. So you're going to want to start with that first. Now, we're going to put our bunny in a basket in a garden. Like, I'm going to make it look like she's in a little garden, flower garden with some carrots sticking out. So I've got a basket here. And I cut up some pool noodles. I like to keep those on hand because pool noodles are pretty cheap, especially if you get them from the dollar store during the summer. And they're cheap, and you can cut them up into any shapes and sizes and just shove them in there. So right now I've got my pool noodles in there. And the first step I'm going to do is cover it with moss. Yes, foam board. That would be really smart because that's super strong. You don't want it to be heavy, so either of those would work. This cutout, I was a little nervous it was going to be too heavy, but it's not. I've already tried it and made sure that it wasn't too heavy. It was going to make it tip. Now, moss is super messy, but for something like this where I don't necessarily want to cover every inch with flowers, it's kind of necessary because I want the flowers to just kind of peek out, and I want to, I'll just use all of it. And I just put some glue down on my foam, and I'm going to just shove my moss down in there, in the edges. I don't care if it sprays out a little bit. Again, we're just going to make it look like he's kind of in the garden looking for some carrots. I got the carrots at the at-home store too. I'm sure there's lots of places you can find carrots. If you're an Amazon shopper like I am, I'm sure there's little baby carrot decor somewhere. So I've got my moss down in there. It's also glued to my fingernail now, so let me get that off. Okay, so first we've got to put our bunny in here because that's going to kind of, the position of the bunny is going to help us where we need to know where to put our flowers. So I am going to stick his little thingy mabob in the foam, and he sticks in there like that. Okay, so I'm going to kind of be going back and forth, flipping him around because I got to build him. Maybe I can kind of build him on the side because I got to be able to see it. But the back is not finished. If you feel like you're going to want it for the middle of a table, you could always do some flowers on the back as well, or just maybe cotton balls or whatever you want to do on the back of it. But this, for me, is going to be on a shelf, so the back is not going to be seen. But you can put, you know, something on the back if you're needing to cover that. So what I'm going to do first is start with my flowers, and then I'm going to add some cute little fillers. But first I want to get a few little greenery things. So I'm going to stick some in the back as well, so it's peeking out behind her. This is from our Greenery on Lovesola. It is in the faux department. I'm going to be doing a mixture of faux things and real things. Some dried things and all that. If it doesn't have a stiff, because I cut these down, if it doesn't have a stiff stem, just go ahead and glue it right into that moss. I have to say one thing about moss is it really absorbs glue in a good way, meaning like once you put it in there, it's in there. So let me just turn her for 1 second so I can see her, and then I'll turn her back. I don't even know if I want too much greens because I've got some flowers that I want in here. So I'm going to turn her back. All right. So again, I'm just going to I guess a couple little leaves just to give her a little bit of life. I don't want this too tall in the front, but the back is good to have, you know, the leaves sprouting out behind her. And I'm just going to actually tuck some leaves back there too, just to cover most of the back. That's another way too, if you're wanting to cover the back, you can just use some leaves. Again, mine's going to be on a shelf, so it doesn't really matter. or if it's on an accent table, it doesn't really matter too much, but all right. Okay, so now I've got her set, and I'm going to be using flowers today that were from the dyed assortments on Love Sola Flowers. So if you haven't tried them yet, Love Sola has been testing dyed flowers just to see if you guys love them, if you want to use them, what colors you like. So we've been kind of just testing out a bunch of different things on there. And so this one is part of the Basics dyed assortment. You can find it under Sola Flowers, but then I think it's under, I think it, like the direct link, it's literally as dyed assortments or dyed Sola Flowers. I'm actually going to be doing something a little different with these flowers. And I wanted to show you something that I don't usually do, but I'm going to do in this case because I think it's cute. Because in a garden, you know, there's obviously gardens and flowers that have, you know, spread out wildflowers. But a lot of times when you have a garden, you plant the same things in one spot. So although I don't usually color block or put the same flowers in the same spot or area, I'm actually going to be doing some color blocking. And I'm doing it on purpose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my colors, for instance, this pink that we've got here, and I'm going to put them in pairings. So again, although I don't usually color block, I'm doing it on purpose because I feel like in a garden you plant kind of similar plants in a thing, and we're trying to make it look like this bunny is trying to break into this garden to grab some of these carrots. So I'm going to do a few different colors. And again, I'm going to purposely color block. I am putting some glue on the ends of it just to keep them stable. And we don't really even need too much wire. If you're new to us here and you don't know about kind of the wire that we use, it's an 18 gauge wire because that gives it strength to hold, but at the same time enough flexibility. So I'm just going to fill this up, and I don't really want to cover up too much of my, you know, fancy bunny there, but I do want to make it look like she's in a flower garden. So I might just do this. I love this brighter purple that I want to add in there. So I might do a little bundle of the minis in the front there because I really don't want to cover up too much. Because I've got some other fillers coming in. Plus I got to put the carrots in. So let me turn her again just real fast so I can see her. All right. Put these little purple ones on the middle. I know some of you might be thinking, you know, Easter's still a little time away, but I do like to sometimes give some of these a little bit ahead of time just so that if you're doing farmers markets or just needing to plan or needing to buy some supplies, that you're prepared. So as you can see, again, I did do some color blocking. I got a little mixture in there on the inside there. I have now my fillers, but I think I'm going to put a couple carrots in first because, you know, I want to make sure I have room for them. So I've got these cute little carrots. I might only use like 2 of them because she's got one in her hand already. She already snuck out in the garden, got one. So I just might tuck. I mean, we do want to give space too for some of these fillers, but I just want to tuck. Maybe just even one coming out. Is that cute? Maybe I can have one like dipping out here. Let's see. Let me see how it looks. These cute carrots. Again, these are from the Out Home store. I think they're so cute. Maybe even the front. No, that looks weird. Hold on. Does it look kind of weird coming from the front? Maybe not. Maybe it looks kind of cute. Like it's falling out. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a little blocking of the carrots too. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to turn it around for you in 1 second. Let me just stick this carrot in and then you can see. Woo! I spun her so fast. So I've got 2 little carrots here. I think I don't know if I need more. Should I have one like hanging out, like over the edge? What do y'all think? Should I put one hanging out kind of over the edge, falling out like there? What do you think? Yes or no? No, that looks a little weird, right? I don't think it needs it. I don't think I need to go crazy with the carrots because she already stole one. So, okay. So now I've got some blue thistles I'm going to add. And I'm going to just kind of, same thing, put a couple of them together, but I think the blue will brighten it up a little bit. You think I should have one on the side? Let's see. I just felt like falling out would be cute, but then I feel like, is that too many? Am I just going overboard because it's cute? Sometimes I have to say to myself, like, do I need to stop? Okay, so this is what it would look like if it was hanging out. I'm gonna leave it off for now and see if I have room for fillers. I'm gonna put one in the back as well, just so that the back isn't totally lost. I'll probably cover it with some flowers as well. No hanging out. Okay. All right. So let me just put, I think the 2 blue and maybe 1 blue here. Again, just to be bright. You can even have it, again, coming out through the back and peeking over her back. Okay. All right. So we've got this so far. I think these are a little obnoxious, coming out too much to the side. So I'm going to bend them straight up. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now it's behind her. It was a little bit, getting a little bit wings there. Okay, so now we've got her. Oops, this is covering her a little bit. Again, you don't want to really hide the fact that you spent all the time putting flowers on her as well. So, yeah, I think it's cute in the back, actually. I feel like I'm able to cover most of the back stuff that I didn't really want to see. I'm putting a carrot on her wood thing. Just something on the back of her head would be fine. I didn't take off the staples. She had a little thing there. But this is cute in the back. And it's not a big deal. Just, you know. Okay. So now I've got these little white guys. Let me see if I even want to use them. Maybe just 1 or 2. Again, I'm going for the bundled up look. So I don't mind if I'm kind of color blocking here. Again, when I think of a garden, I think of planting all of the similars, you know, together. Let me actually put some of these in the back too. Again, I'm not really trying to decorate the back, but it keeps it from looking too weird back there. Maybe, what do I want in here? I've got some pinks. Maybe a blue here. Let me put a blue in the front. But she's so cute. You can even just do her like a heart board and leave her out of a basket. But of course, if you're looking for a centerpiece or for a shelf piece, you're going to want to use those. So I've now got faux lavender, and I've got pink starflower left. And now the starflower is one of my favorite fillers. You can use it for everything. I love it because they really are real flowers. And it looks cute to be like little wildflowers because they're so tiny. Maybe have some of the white back in the back showing with the green. Oh, you mean coming up high? I think I cut it too short. I might have to go back, Luann, and cut some longer pieces because I trimmed them so short. My stem is not long enough to do that, but it's a good idea. So I'm just sticking in the lavender. I might even, look, I even have some of these flowers left. I might just put these in the back too. I might as well use them. Again, this is from the dyed assortments that Love is selling now. This is called the Basics package. It's random flowers in the colors that you see on the website. But we also sell the flowers now in, yeah, see the back is cute now. We now sell the flowers now. Let me see, maybe this one can get high enough. In single colors too. Sorry, my words were being distracted. So it's not just dyed assortments, but it's also, you can get one color at a time. Let me see if I can just glue this up high enough. Okay, I think it'll stick there. If I push the leaf to sandwich it up there. Yeah, it's cute. Cute, Luann. Cute idea. See, you guys got it. sometimes it's just, I know for me, sometimes I just need someone to like give me the idea. Like I can run with it, I can design it, I can, you know, go with it. Sometimes you just need new ideas. Like I just wanted something different for Easter this year. And so I just thought, oh, I can kind of combine two of my favorite things. I like making flower gardens, and I like the like heartboards type things too. So I'm like, I am saving that spot for some pink starflower. And do I need any more purple? Probably not. I could stick some in the back too. Get these guys there. I do love the faux lavender. You know, dried lavender tends to break. And so having faux lavender around is always a help. I am very glue stringy today. I'm going to have to go over this with a hairdryer. If you haven't done that trick yet, and you have too many glue strings, just hit it with a hairdryer and they dissolve. So I'm just trying to cover a little bit of this back part. So I just got to figure out something for the back of her head. Otherwise she looks okay from the back. This is her back right now. So her back doesn't look bad. I probably should have just covered the top part with flowers, but I may go back and do that. I can still do that. See, she's in there. I might even just go back so she's like the actual 3D flower bunny. But here's the front again. Again, you'll make her 3D, especially if you're using the foam board like Carla suggested, or cardboard. If you do her 3D, she'll be like strong enough and fluffy enough, so that could be cute too. And the minis are so cheap, and there's like, you know, you can get a million package and it be very inexpensive, that it's not like a waste, you know, not waste. Okay, so I've got, look how pretty, my pink starflower, and I'm gonna make bundles. Look, I'm gonna make little bundles, and I like it to be a little different height. I don't like them to be like bundled where the heads of them are in the same height. So I'm gonna make these little bundles. I gotta put it where I save that spot. All right. Again, I'm trying to be too careful to cover my little bunny completely. But look how pretty that looks. So I'm gonna make a couple more bundles of this pink starflower. And then I don't really think I should add anything else. She's getting pretty full. Let's see. How do I get it? Let's see. I'm going to try to stick it right here, but I got to make it like, I'm trying to do it where I'm not burning myself. Let me just stick the glue in first, maybe. I'm going to stick it on in there. Yeah, burn my fingers every time too, whenever I have to make these bundles. That's why I said I was scared to put them on their side, because for sure my finger's gonna go in there. Okay, let me see if it needs any more, maybe more on the side, and then I'll put some in the back just to keep it uniform. And then I think, really, she's probably got enough going on. I mean, she's pretty full. Now, it depends on how many baskets you do. And you can make an entire bunny family. If you're making the stencil things on your own, you can make like an entire family and have like a really big centerpiece. You could even do like how many kids you have. Make it super personalized. Okay, just gonna oops, my little white bud came off. Okay. The only problem with gluing it to a stem is that you don't get such a widespread bundle sometimes. Like this, I wanted it to be very loose. When you glue it to a stem, you're going to have a tight bundle, which that's good for things that you're needing it to be like a super nice tight clump. But I want them to be kind of wide open. So you could maybe just put a bunch of little ones there. Okay. I'm going to put some of it in the back, just a little sprinkling of it in the back. Just some of my little heads I used for other projects. That's the one thing. Sometimes I break the top off for extra projects, and then I'm left with a bunch of like stems. So, love the bunny family, right? Wouldn't that be so cute? And I was going to say you could each do a different color. You could actually even use a little satin bow instead of the flower collar. So this is my back even. So I think I'll go home and do the minis and just fill her up so that she can be viewed from all sides. It's not that big of a deal, but so again, I did do, showed you a way of kind of color blocking, and it make a little bit of sense because, again, for me in a garden, like if you're actually planting a garden where a bunny could steal your carrots. Not that you put flower and carrots next to each other, but who knows? I don't have one. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go back and definitely do. Yeah, you could really do an actual bow. You can even put a bow where I put this, you know, on top of it even. There's so many things you can do. Again, this is why I love even doing tutorials, because everyone comes up with these great ideas, and everybody, you know, has a little different side of it. Like, oh, I think something could go there. I think something could go there. I think everybody has like their own little twist on things. So I love doing tutorials because I love seeing, you know, how people can change it up as well. But I definitely am going to make them 3D. I mean, I think her back looks cute enough because I didn't know how far back she was going to be, but I think the back part looks cute enough that if it's in the centerpiece, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So I'm going to do 3D. I am going to do her 3D. But if she sits on the shelf, again, if you're making one and you don't want to waste any flowers, totally doable where you're just doing one side. And you know what, you might want to even see where they end if you don't want to waste flowers on the bottom. But again, minis are really cheap and not that big of a deal to buy. So I have so many, you know, on hand that I didn't really feel like I was wasting anything. It was nice seeing you too. I mean, last night I was supposed to be here. It was just so windy. It was crappy out. So that was why I didn't do that then. But I am going to Florida this week, so I won't be having a tutorial this coming week because I will be visiting my brother. He lives near Orlando, so I'll be in Disney for a couple days. Maybe I can even come up with some Disney craft when I come back. But I'm gone all week until Sunday, so I will see you guys the week after with another tutorial. And maybe, like I said, maybe I can think of something Disney or something fun like that. But here's my Easter project for us for tonight. And if anybody's in that Orlando area and wants to come to Universal Studios, I'll be there. So yeah, so here we go. I hope you love it. Hope you give Love Sola's Dyed Flowers a try because it saves my life all the time. So maybe it would save yours too, especially if you've got some farmers markets coming up. Mother's Day, Easter, all those are big months. So, you know, stock up on those. I am not going to wear flower ears, but I've thought about it. But I'm kind of like embarrassed to dress up and do those kind of things. My whole family would do it, but I'm a little bit like, I'm too introverted, I think, to draw attention to myself. I know it sounds weird since I'm doing videos in front of thousands of people, but I'm pretty introverted and I don't really like attention on myself. I kind of try to meld in with the crowd, but you're from the Orlando area? Well, I looked at the temperature. So last night in New Jersey, like I said, it was like 30 degrees, windy, rainy, disgusting. Today was like 40s and 50s. And I heard that Florida will be in the 80s next week. And that is very exciting because my kids are excited to swim. But I'm all about 80s, which again is also why they had me thinking of Easter. I'm like, oh, wow, they have warm weather there already. Like, we got to be planning for warm weather here, even though it's not really that close. It is, again, if you are planning on selling things ahead of time. So think Mother's Day, think Easter, think all those things. Because you're always wanting to be kind of one holiday, one season ahead of what people would buy. So if you didn't get, you know, these basic colors, they're all good for Easter's and for Mother's Day. And then we have a bunch of other just single colors and some other sets. So I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a fun one for me to do. And I thought it was just really cute. And I hope you love it too. All right, everyone. We will see you when I get back. All right, bye.